Xi Jinping, Vladimir Putin, and Kim Jong-un stood as a united front as China held its largest military parade ever. China's president warned that the world will soon face a choice between peace or war as he aims to lead a new world order alongside North Korea and Russia. The grand event drew 50,000 spectators, including 26 international leaders, to watch China celebrate the 80-year anniversary of the end of World War II. Trucks with new laser weapons, hypersonic nuclear missiles, robot dogs, and a range of high-tech drones were unveiled, all as Beijing sent a message to the West. With the world watching, Xi smiled as he walked flanked by Kim and Vlad, and 23 other world leaders at his side. Back in Washington, U.S. President Donald Trump sharply criticized the first meeting between the tyrannical trio. Addressing Xi directly, Trump wrote on Truth Social, "Please give my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un as they plot against the United States of America." The parade was a chance for Xi to display his military might on the biggest stage. The highlight of the arsenal's unveiling was the Dongfeng 5C hypersonic nuclear missile, a 183-ton monster that can carry up to 12 nuclear warheads. China claims it can strike anywhere in the world and fly at speeds of Mach 22, 16,700 miles per hour, meaning it could reach the U.S. in just 20 minutes. Speaking to thousands of People's Liberation Army troops, Xi announced, "Today, humanity faces the choice between peace or war, dialogue or confrontation, win-win or zero-sum." He told those watching in Tiananmen Square that he would ensure that the Chinese people stand firmly on the right side of history. Moments later, he said it was the military's duty to unify China, a direct blow to his impending invasion of Taiwan. The ceremony lasted about 70 minutes, as helicopters and fighter jets flew overhead. The grand display ended with the release of 80,000 peace doves and an assortment of colorful balloons. Xi, Putin, and Kim all seek to directly challenge the West, whether through China's constant threats to invade Taiwan by force, Russia's refusal to end the war in Ukraine, or Kim's worrying nuclear arsenal. The newly formed bloc sat side by side at the start of the parade, with Xi seated in the center. Kim, who had traveled on his bullet train earlier in the day, became the first North Korean to attend a Chinese military parade in 66 years. He arrived in Beijing with his daughter Yu Ai, the woman long rumored to be his successor after his death. Putin had arrived a few days earlier, playing his role as Xi's special guest of honor. The pair quickly captured the attention of the globe after announcing plans to form a new group to directly rival NATO. On Monday, they held a meeting in Tianjin on the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO Moscow, and Beijing have touted the SCO as an alternative way to counter Western-led political and security blocs. Putin said the world needed a system that would replace the outdated Eurocentric and Euro-Atlantic models and would take into account the interests of a wider range of countries. Although the week's events only served to solidify the establishment of a new world order between Beijing, Moscow, and Pyongyang, Xi was adamant that he wanted peace. As part of his emotional address to his people, he spoke of the defeat of Japan in 1945 and said, "All countries and nations must look after each other and help each other so as to avoid a repeat of the tragedy." He added that the great revival of the Chinese nation is unstoppable. And as China continues to assert itself as the fastest-growing superpower, both Russia and North Korea are trying their best to follow suit. The despots have grown increasingly close in recent years, with Kim a key backer of Vlad's illegal invasion of Ukraine. Pyongyang is said to have sent around 11,000 of its own troops to Moscow to deploy in the Kursk frontline region. Disturbing reports even suggest that up to 30,000 more fighters could be sent to Putin in the coming months if the conflict continues. The two bloodthirsty dictators were seen leaving the parade side by side as they both got into a limousine together. The Kremlin said Putin thanked Kim for his support and told him that the two countries stood together in the fight against modern Nazism. In response, Kim told Vlad, "If there is anything I can do for you and the people of Russia, if there is more that needs to be done, I will consider it a brotherly duty."